And I'm live. Let's see how long it takes for someone to join me. Just sitting here on my own. All by myself. Oh, Crazy Kitty, hi. How you doing? First one in to say hi to me. How you doing today? Was just getting on here, just a quiet afternoon. Thought I'd say hi to some of my peeps, see who's out there. Hope you're doing better than I think. Remember the last time you weren't feeling too well. Hope you're feeling better. Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I just wanted to come on, just like I said, chat, see see how many people are paying attention or gave a damn about coming on here, answer any questions, or listen to whatever silly thing I had to say. Um, just I'll save anything big for later. Not that there's anything big, but just uh, just chilling. Any any questions? Open book. Willing to answer almost anything. Uh, fell asleep on the last office hours. Hey, you know what? I've almost fallen asleep on some of the office hours myself. I'm not very proud of it, but every now and then, if you listen and catch Mike ask me what I think about that, and I take a second to answer, and then I kind of go, well, that's because I was kind of halfway asleep and not didn't really hear what he said. He's used to the late nights. I'm not as much. I'm getting better. I'll say that. Hey, Dr. Isley, how you doing? Casey Scott, how you doing? Kind of popping in at work. Well, that's good. Like I said, I'm just getting on here just to see who was around, see who wanted to chat, talk, rant, ramble, ask questions, whatever. I was just telling Chrissy Kitty about. Uh, she said she fell asleep on the last office hours. I was like, I've fallen asleep, almost fallen asleep myself. Never gone quite all the way out, but I have come very close. I'm actually surprised it hasn't happened, and I'm pretty sure it will eventually happen. That one day we'll just be chatting, and the professor will go on some long, rant or whatever, or a ramble or a long explanation, and I'm just going to go right out because you get late enough and my eyes start to get heavy. It is hard for me to to come back from that unless I have a huge shock. It it's it's kind of scary because, like I said, he'll ask me a question, and I'm not quite sure what was going on or what he was saying because I was kind of out of it. DREAC, you're working on a new render, kind of a macabre twist on an Alex Ross Joker Harley Quinn twist. Huh? That'll be interesting. I'd like to see that when you get done with it. Uh, Crazy Kitty been up since 7 a.m. on Tuesday. I get up 8 a.m. every morning. I know a lot of people may think it's funny, but when I've mentioned it before, when you have some certain physical issues and you need help, sometimes when that person is ready to help, that's when they're ready to help. And between 8:30 every morning is when kind of the day starts. So that's when I start. So I sometimes get a little nap in the afternoon, or there's I got about a 2 hour block between 5 and 7 where I will watch a film, or I'll listen to the latest book that we've been doing. And sometimes I'll nod off during that time. If I know I'm really going to nod off, I'll put it on Parks and Rec and just start playing Angry Birds. And I'll listen to Parks and Rec while playing Angry Birds. And if I fall asleep, it's no biggie. But I hate falling asleep during a book, listening to an audio tape because I don't know what I'm missing. How about those Batman rocking those low ratings? Yeah, I heard that they kind of had a really huge tank on the second one, and I heard that it's just not good. I'm just hearing all kinds of things, and of course, you keep hearing the CW saying, "Well, it's the disgruntled fanboys that are bombing the review sites and blah 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 blah." Well, it's not, and ratings will have out. And if your show dies a horrible ratings death, then it was a bad show. I can't really comment on how bad it is because I haven't really seen it, but some of the story I've heard really sucks. I don't know what they're thinking, but I am absolutely 100% and do not care about Batman mode. I don't care about Supergirl anymore, which is sad because I like Melissa Benoist from a purely carnal level, but I really like Kyler Lee. She's just an absolute, to me, hottie. I don't care if she plays a lesbian on the show. I know she's not a lesbian, and I've seen her in that Marilyn Manson video. Oh, damn. She is hot. Chris Kitty, you've been meaning to Facebook message me because you can't remember the name of the old horror film I watched years ago and thought you would know it. Give me a shot. I might know it. If I don't, I don't. Van Man might. Someone here might. Uh, got a descriptor of it? Hi, Daniel Herring. What's up, peeps? Yep. What's up? Just seeing how everybody's doing. Hi, Age Boomer. Did I see the trailer for Doolittle? Yes, I did. Just saw it the one time. Um, it looks cute. I'm sure as it gets closer to its release date, they'll release more about it. But it was kind of more of an introductory trailer than anything, so you don't really get to see much about how Downey Jr. is going to do Doolittle. I remember the Rex Harrison version very well. That was a big favorite when I was a kid. And just a great fantasy adventure. Kind of, I don't know. It's kind of, as Daniel Herron kind of has has pointed out, what is Doolittle? Doctor Doolittle is a great story about a man who talks to animals, and he goes on an adventure. Well, at least in the movie, I remember he goes. What was he looking? He was looking for a giant snail or something, and it's just a great adventure. Lots of animals, and he talks to them, and they talk back, and he understands what they're saying, and it's just a nice, it was a musical. I don't know if this is a musical or not, if they're just playing it straight. Um, so not the World War II general. Very good. Chris Kitty, group of older teens go to a circus or a fair, sneak into a ride and stay overnight. They get killed off. The owner's son is deformed and keeps wearing a Frankenstein mask to hide it. The first part of that sounds familiar, but there was a movie called Funhouse. I don't know if that was it, or was it Funhouse? Does anybody remember? Isn't that a Cher movie? Oh, about the son. That's called Mass. That was Son. Um, my sister thought Eddie Murphy's version was the original and didn't even know the books. Yeah, the Eddie Murphy versions. I never really watched them because it wasn't Doolittle. Doctor Doolittle is a whole different thing. It's a fantasy adventure, not a cute comedy just with animals running around, which is fine. Um, yeah, Age of Boomer think it might be called Funhouse, Crazy Kitty. Uh, Let me look it up here. Funhouse. Okay, okay, I can't see the chat right now. Or hopefully, God, I can't. You know, when I copy and paste something, I hate it when I lose the first letter, which really ticks me off. Um, the Funhouse, 1981. Oh, well, that was back also released as Carnival of Terror. Doo 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 doo. I hope you don't mind if I chew some gum. I just had lunch, and I always like chewing gum after lunch. But God, my computer is slow. I really should. I'm sure I'm not helping it by bogging it down. So four killers become trapped in the dark ride at a local carnival and are stalked by a deformed killer inside. So that sounds like it. It's called The Fun House from 1981. I just don't know about a Frankenstein mask, but it sounds pretty much what it would be. So yeah, I wonder if that's out there. I've never seen it, but it's one of those I've been meaning to watch whenever I get around. Oh, thank you. No, you're welcome, Crazy. Like I said, it sounded familiar with the ride, and it's one that's been on my mind recently. I've been trying to catch up to a lot of old films I haven't seen, some of the Hammer titles, which I still haven't really gotten around to watching that many of. Though I did watch The Fog last night. Though I did not watch, I watched the AMC version, which they run without credits, so it's kind of cool. But or was it TCM? Turner Club. Whatever. It was on one of the channels last night. The one that shows films straight through without commercials. So I enjoyed watching that last night. I love a good I love a good ghost story with a little bit of a pirate flair. I live on the water, and my family's always like made a living from the water. Well, my mother's side, so I've always liked any kind of sea going legend, pirates, things like that. Age of Boomer, which movie would I wish out of existence if I could? Um, I know a lot of people. I know I saw a fan man answer this very same question. He, of course, said Last Jedi. Trust me, there are a lot of worse films out there. Um, that's a hard one because every film has a fan. Even the absolute worst films of all time have fans. Uh, but if I had to wish one out of existence, it would be Loose Cannons, which star Gene Hackman and Dan Aykroyd. It is the only film I was ever tempted to ask for my money back that I saw. I hate that movie. It is a movie that has nothing going for it. There's only two things in the entire movie that are worth anything. One, Gene Hackman's character wears a Redskins jacket. So he's a Redskin fan. Okay, I can deal with that. I like because I'm a Redskin fan. And it has a young Nancy Travis, who is very easy on the eyes. Other than that, there's nothing else to recommend that movie about. I hate it. Um, Crazy Kitty, when you were in middle school, you would wake up at 1 a.m. after everyone went to bed and watch horror films on ABC. I did it most nights, but only two of the movies still stand out. Um, Tell us those movies. What movies stand out? Age of Boomer would pick Captain Marvel. Yeah, it's not a bad choice. I tell you. Um, but I still hate loose cannons. I think loose cannons is a detriment to the acting ability of all of its stars. I just thought it was horrid. Captain Marvel I saw for nothing, so I guess I didn't have it. I theoretically didn't have as much invested in it, but it would be a good. It could disappear and it wouldn't matter to me. Crazy Kitty, Twilight, and with that, 50 Shades would not have happened. Okay, I can see them gone. Although 50 Shades does have Miss Dakota Johnson, who is nice. What's more easy on the eyes. But yeah, the 50 Shades, but those 50 Shades things, I don't know. I mean, I get it from a purely, guy way of thinking, but Casey Scott, there's far too many films you'd want gone forever. I used to think that, and then sometimes I just kind of hankering to watch a film, even if it is bad. So Agent Boomer agrees, but we still have the books to deal with. Yeah, I am still very happy that I've never seen a Twilight movie or read the book. I had so many people trying to get me to do it, and now I'm just like, no. 50 Shades, that's one of the things where the first book is probably decent, and everybody gets all excited about it because it was so graphic, but then everybody gets used to it and it goes, oh, by the way. DR, you'd go Lone Ranger 2013. It is just a Pirates of the Caribbean movie set in the Old West. The professor loves that movie, and I have to watch it. I promised him I would watch it. I really don't know much more about it. I remember the one that came out in the '80s. There was a lot of hope for. Starred Clinton Spilsbury or something like that. It tanked. But I'll tell you, if you want the real Lone Ranger, if you get MeTV, wake up at 6 in the morning and watch the real Lone Ranger. Especially when the Clayton Moore episodes. There's one season of a guy named John Hall who was average at best, but was at least inoffensive. If somebody's, so that every movie's going to have its defenders. I mean, like I said, I defend Last Jedi. And like I said, I don't think Last Jedi is the best Star Wars movie by a long shot. But I just didn't want, like I said, everybody just went absolutely nut bomb crazy hatred on it. I didn't get that. So that's why I just didn't hate it. Have I ever seen Humanoids from the Deep? Love Humanoids from the Deep. Oh my God, that's such a cool movie. When they start like going after all the women and they bash the fair on the wharf or whatever it is, carnival or whatever. That is an excellent movie. That was one of the first movies that I put up on Big Al's Review-O-Rama. So if you want to know what I think of Humanoids from the Deep, go back and go into my back catalog of reviews and you'll find it. One was Funhouse, and the other one some weird messed up with someone breaks to kill them all. Someone's head gets bashed with a nail remover end of a hammer. Eek. Yeah, that happens a lot. That's pretty bad. 50 Shades started as Twilight fanfics. Oh God. 50 Shades is decent. Al, what are you smoking? Because I want that good stuff. 50 Shades. No, I'm talking about. No, when I say decent, I mean I think a lot of people thought it was decent. I've never read it. I don't know. It would not be kind of a thing. And I was talking about the book. And the movie, the only reason I would watch that movie, and one, I don't have to because you can just get the right scenes online, and that is Dakota Johnson Au Naturel. uh, and in various tied down positions, which to me is not a bad thing. Big Al, what the one in the '80s tanked because of the fan backlash. The studio put a cease and desist order on Clayton Moore from wearing. I know. I really didn't understand that at the time because I was still, I was young, late teens, didn't really get it, wasn't really up on news. But looking back, that was a shitty thing to do to Clayton Moore. Clayton Moore is very much to the Lone Ranger as Christopher Reeve is to Superman and Adam West is to Batman. They lived up to the roles. I mean, Clayton Moore was a damn fine man who walked the walk. He talked the talk. He was in every essence the Lone Ranger, that good and true American hero. And it is sad. I mean, they finally broke down. And he got to wear the mask again, I think. But damage had been done by that point. I really think if they hadn't screwed over Clayton Moore like that, and the movie wasn't all that great. I mean, the reason he was using silver bullets is because he couldn't shoot straight, which I thought was just stupid. Because Kenny messaged. Sorry about that. I was wondering what you're saying. Age of Beard's Way. What streaming services do I have access to? I have access to Amazon, Netflix, and Hulu. Amazon I pay for myself. The others I have access to. I'll just say that. I really am thinking about doing Shudder, and I don't know. There's several out there I want, but I'm probably going to hold off on doing anything until my life kind of gets re-straightened. But that could be another year. I mean, a new place, and I just might give up cable and just go streaming. And I know it'll be a big change, but then I can afford some different services because I'd like to get BritBox with the British television, and I'd like to get the Hallmark Channel, and I'd like to get Shudder. And right there, that would be most of my viewing, and still have access to Hulu, Netflix, and Amazon. That would keep me going, and it'd be so nice at night to click on just some series I love and just let it play and go to sleep. I love being able to go to sleep with a movie marathon that I like, or a TV series that's having an extent. Monday night, TNT shows Bones. And I love the series Bones. I don't know how many of you watched it. Love that series. I think it was 9 years, 11 years, 9, something like that. It was on a long time. And I loved it the entire time. And you could put that on I used to watch it in the afternoon, like several episodes, one right after the other. Same thing with Castle. And they took them off eventually. Although I like Bones better than Castle, but I liked Castle too. So I could do that with Castle as well. Crazy Kitty can't type. Oh, I'm sorry. Was trying to say 50 Shades writer does not know anything about actual BDSM. Uh-oh. Does that mean you do? Ha ha ha. Just kidding. Actually, I'm not, but yeah, I don't know. Never read the books, but I think BDSM is between the two people that are doing it, and whatever they like doing, let them do it. And whatever knots or fanciful kind of knotting happens, that's up to them. Age of Boomer. Amazon has a ton of horror movies. Oh, I know. God, I love going through their stuff. They even have 4 of the Hammer movies. I know. I need to get Twins of Evil, especially. I want to see Countess Dracula, Hands of the Ripper, and Vampire Circus. Yeah, I saw they had Twins of Evil a couple of weeks ago. I just haven't gotten around to watching it yet. A couple of other things going on. Crazy, I don't have cable right now. You have Amazon, Netflix, and YouTube. Well, yeah, YouTube. YouTube. Right. Although right now, well, they do have their pay service, and you can pay for films. Um, Crazy, your actual job in the early 20s involved BDSM. Okay, you need to get your own stream and talk about that because I'd listen. I think that'd be a lot of fun to listen to. Um, yeah, wow, I've just got a whole new respect for you, Crazy Kitty. Uh, we are probably the best Lone Ranger outside the 50s TV series I found is the Dynamite comic series. I've heard about that. I've heard a lot of good stuff about it. Borrows elements from all the previous versions. Yep. Yeah, I saw a little bit about it. Just have never. I don't have easy access at all to a comic books or anything like that unless I get them through the mail, and I don't want to do that. And and I just yeah, I wish we've got what's it? Is it called Third Eye Comics? I think Third Eye Comics is down here somewhere, but it might as well be in New York for me. I mean, it's right now. I just have a very hard time getting around. The only time I really get out is when I have doctor's appointments, and I have to use uh, the public pickup service, and I can only go out. I can only go out on Wednesdays and Thursdays, and I have to be back by 2. So that's my life. um, I would, but I sound like Minnie Mouse, very high pitched voice. That voice talking about BDSM would be weird. I'll start a blog because I'm sure a lot of people would like to listen to that. Um, okay, Sky, you know more about BDSM than the writer for 50 Shades, and I don't even do BDSM. Pain and pleasure is not my thing. I'm no Cenobite. Speaking of that, and yes, Crazy Kitty is also saying yes. Oddly enough, the Hellraiser is tomorrow night's Professor Geek rewatch at 11, and Troy's going to be joining us. Troy Pacelli, who was my co-host for Dale and Tucker last week, or Tucker and Dale, like I said, I keep screwing him up. And I don't know how many of you are going to join the professor, not professor, the Fan Man tonight. I almost said Fan Man, and then for some reason it didn't sound right. The Fan Man tonight. Friday Night Frights is going to be Horror of Dracula. As we were just talking about Hammer films. Peter Cushing, Christopher Lee, Dracula. Hello, awesome. I don't know where anyone can find it, but I know I have a copy and Fanman's got a copy. We're gonna watch it. I hope if you have a copy, watch along with us. If you don't, just tune in to listen. That's tonight. We usually start around 8 to 8:15, 8:20. Really depends on how the fan man's running. We usually talk a little bit for like 15, 20 minutes, just to warm up, and then we get into the show major, watch a film, and it's been a lot of fun. He says he plans to do that at least once a month. I really enjoy watching movies with both Fan Man and Professor Geek. Fan Man, gratefully is earlier because I know there's always a part of me in the back of my mind going, I'm going to fall asleep. I just know it. I'm going to fall asleep. But yeah, Horror of Dracula tonight with the Fan Man, tomorrow night, Hellraiser. So yeah, we are in full Halloween swing, folks, and I do plan to do at least one more rewatch before Halloween. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I'll do it. I'll finish about it. Because you're watching Hellraiser tonight before. Whoop, jumped a little bit. Sorry for the rewatch because I'll be all alone, and tomorrow during the day we are pumpkin picking. Oh, awesome! Oh, God, I love pumpkins. I miss doing a pumpkin picking. I used to do pumpkins all the time. Now they're just too messy for me to do how I am. Uh, I would love to, like, clean up the seeds and toast the seeds and cut out weird things. Um, have you seen the pictures of the little porcupine that likes to eat the little gourd pumpkins, the little tiny pumpkins? Oh my god, it's so adorable. I think they call him Teddy Bear. He is adorable. Uh, Not really interested in Hellraiser, DR? Oh, well, that's sad. Take one look at Pinhead and think, ouch. Well, that's pretty much what you're supposed to do. Agent Boomer, Heart of Dracula is good, but your favorite is Dracula Prince of Darkness. Um, Dracula Prince of Darkness, is that Christopher Lee, or is that which Dracula is that? Who plays Dracula in that one? I think I know. Or is it, oh god, what's his name? Langella? Or oh god, I can picture Palance. Uh Chris Kitty, I'm getting more excited over painting gourds because we cut them up at my dad's because he makes true pumpkin pie with the innards. Ooh, nice. Uh, yeah, I love a pie. I always wanted to do. Oh, it's the second Dracula movie. Oh, okay. Christopher, yeah, I thought because Dracula Prince of Darkness just sounds like four different films, titles. I just wanted to make sure. I once tried to make a baked pumpkin with the pump. You use the pumpkin to cook a pumpkin pie filling, kind of with. It did not turn out that great, and it's only because I misread the instruction, did something I shouldn't have. So, but that's the reason I always wanted to retry it because I think I could get it right the second time around. Um, but yeah, I saw it on. Anybody here remember an old cooking show called The Frugal Gourmet? He was an old guy with a beard. He eventually got taken off the air because he was accused of um, doing bad things with young waiters. Never proven, but that kind of did kill his career. But he had some great cookbooks, and I loved his cookbooks. I have them all, except for the first one he ever did, which was one of the spiral bound ones, where he was still kind of a local PBS guy. But he did a baked pumpkin where you clean the pumpkin out, but then you use it to bake your pumpkin pudding, kind of thing. And oh god, it was so good. Have I seen City of Living Dead? No, I have not seen City of Living Dead. Sounds interesting. There was one. Was it a witch? Something about witch house. A bunch of kids go into the house and start getting attacked by a witch or something. I saw that on there. That looked interesting. I have that on my watch list. I shall ask you. You're going to ask your dad about baked pumpkin. He loves cooking and gardening. Oh, awesome! Yeah, I have an uncle who gardens a lot, and when I was young, me and his kids, my cousins, would go out and pick turnips, and we would like literally peel the turnips and eat them right there with a little salt. And because they were fresh and done, they weren't bitter. A lot of turnips are bitter, and that's why a lot of people don't like them. If you grow them right and get them at the right time, they're good. And if you cook them right, they're real good too, especially with a lot of butter. Oh god, they're good with butter. But yeah, I've got to. There's a lot of films I got to see. Uh, I'm hoping today to finish with Jekyll and Hyde. And what time is it? Oh, two. Okay, just a little left. Just 2:24. I'm on here because my mother is out shopping and it's quiet, and I don't have to worry about her busting in until she gets home. But hoping by then that will be done. Uh, I'm not going to be on here too much longer. City of the Living Dead was made by the guy that directed Zombie. Stars Christopher George. Okay, I don't know who directed Zombie, but I know who Christopher George is. I like Christopher George. He was a cool guy. Um, Cyclops has been in the comic news lately. What's going on with Cyclops? What are they doing with Cyclops now? Uh, like we were talking about the other night, Marvel just seems to not care anymore. They have just, I mean, I've seen some of their art recently. Their art looks like it's being done by a 12-year-old kid in a middle school art class. It's terrible. And I mean, it's one thing to have horrible stories. It's another to have horrible art because there's enough good artists out there. There are enough great artists out there that would do. I mean, look at the independent artists that a lot of the comic skates are getting. That's some quality art, and there is this crud. I've already used bad words, but I try not to. I'm trying to better myself. There's this crud that they're passing off as professional art, and it's killing the title. He's in a three-way, literally a three-way with Gene and Wolverine, like at the same time, or they're just oh, Cyclops likes to watch Wolverine do Gene, even though Cyclops and Gene are dating. Oh my! I mean, okay, it's called the middle school art classes, and you're right. I couldn't think of anything, but I had said 12-year-old. I was going to say a high school, and then I even had to bunk it down to middle school. But you're right. Yeah, that's weird. Well, you say okay now, Casey Scott. You said three-way. Are you talking about an actual three-way, or is it just the Cyclops is a voyeur and likes watching Gene do Wolverine? Because that's a difference. Three-way. There are six hands and six legs and all kind two all kinds of things going on. But yeah, the voyeurism thing that would be a bit weird. I mean, no, I mean it's all weird. I mean, you know what I mean. It's all weird, but there's a big difference between a three-way and voyeurism. Voyeurism with yeah, but it's so stupid. I mean, I know a lot of people say comics art don't need to be for kids, but you gotta make comics art I mean, at least kid friendly. And you know, I know DC wants to do that whole black label thing or whatever it was. They had the Matawag. It's just unnecessary. Get good stories, great adventures, fun superhero shenanigans, and people will be happy. Um, Marvel messed up my Nightcrawler in 2016. I can't look back anymore. Yeah, once they start screwing up, they just keep doing it and doing it and doing it. Yeah, that's what it sounds like to you. Either way, it's stupid. Yeah, you're right, Casey. You're right, Casey. I think it's a matter of quantity over quality. Quality takes time. Quantity is fast and cheap. Yeah, but you know, you put out too much crap, nobody's going to care. You're just going to have a lot of crap, and it's going to sit around. It's going to start stinking, and that's what happens. You put out quality, people will pay through the nose for it, no matter if it's limited amount. But if it's good, people will get it, and people will want it, and they will pay for it. I mean, God, look at I mean, some like out of print books that because of certain reasons you just can't get anymore, and sometimes you got to pay through the nose to get them. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 is on Prime streaming. I'm not a Texas Chainsaw guy. I haven't seen any of them. Just not my thing. I do prefer a little more um I don't know how to say it. Yeah, just a guy with a chainsaw just doesn't do it for me. There needs to be some much more in the backstory. And I don't know why. The Texas Chainsaw thing just never has appealed to me as much. Maybe one day I'll get around to finally watching it. Cyclops is just crapped on undeservingly, and one of the most misused characters in Marvel, and that's saying something. You're right. Cyclops is a cool character. I don't know why has become such. I mean, Spider-Man's the popular character. Wolverine is the cool guy. I always equated sometimes comic book characters with wrestlers for a while, because you got like Wolverine, who's kind of your Stone Cold Steve Austin, you know, and you have Cyclops, who is your John Cena, who is good, but for some reason just doesn't resonate with people. I know that's only going to make sense to wrestling fans. Chrissy, can you have some comics that are very much not for children? Oh, they're out there, yeah, but they were never intended to be by any means. X-Men is one that has been more for everyone. Exactly. I mean, you can get your adult comics, and that's fine, but like I said, X-Men, Spider-Man, Batman, Superman, that should be for everyone, including the young. Like I said, you don't need to see Bruce Wayne's Batawang swinging in the wind. It's just unnecessary and graphic and pointless and a cash grab. That's all it is. He took away his Christianity, suddenly no longer a vegetarian, and he turned Cyclops into a douche. Oh, God. I mean, yes. I mean, Nightcrawler, his Christianity made him interesting. Matchstick. Out of my favorite X-Men in Marvel, Cyclops, Iceman, and Colossus are just crapped on. In Marvel, at least Rogue and Gambit are being treated with a slight bit of respect. Give them time. They just haven't. It just hasn't trickled down yet. Yeah, Casey Scotty's not Catholic now. What the f? Yeah, when you get a lot of these, 3-letter guys. Oops, sorry. Whoops, wrong thing. We get a lot of robocalls and spam calls. Sorry, my my answering machine went and it had my phone number on it. So I thought I'd have to do that. Sorry about that, guys. Got a little crazy there for a second. Um, yeah, telemarketers. God, it's not just telemarketers. It's the spam ones, the ones that try to rob my mom or me or anybody actually that they're calling. You got to watch out for it, because I swear to God, my mother got worried about something, and I was like, trust me, the IRS is not going to call you with a robot sounding voice like that. It's just not going to happen. You get these guys trying to get your social security number or your bank account number or a credit card number, and that's dumb. And I hate it, because I know it's going on, and a lot of people fall for it. People like my mom, innocent, um, older ladies or older guys who just don't know better. And you need my social security. Okay, yeah, it's 188-999, whatever. And just it's sick. It sickens me, and I would wish them all a very painful death involving some kind of biting animal. Um, you may be getting a mysterious stranger calling you later asking if you have Prince Albert in a can. Yeah, I don't think any of you heard the number on there, but it's actually more my mother's number, but it's I did her machine thing because she didn't know how to do a message on it, so I did the message. Um, yeah, or you get the call saying, "Is your refrigerator running?" Marvel has 50 titles right now. That's too many. That's a lot of titles, God, because I think Marvel needs to strip down their titles, get better artists and writers who know how to write a good, solid adventure story without any kind of preachy messaging behind it, and then hope for the best because that's what's going to happen. It'll blow up in their faces if they don't. My Bloody Valentine. I've never seen My Bloody Valentine. I've never seen Black Christmas. I found a copy of it in someone's locker that they put in there, and I am going to watch that when I get a chance. Is it bad that like the new 52 version? That what is it bad that you like the new 52 version of Captain Marvel? Oh my God, crazy! Don't let the professor hear you say that. People can like whatever they want. It's up to them. I'll just say that yeah, I noticed this on Prime Streaming too, but I have a copy of it on my computer in case, in case I need to do it that way, or if we ever do watch it on for a rewatch. Um, yeah, Captain Marvel. New 52 version. Are you talking about Shazam's Captain Marvel? You're right. God, that is just so freaking confusing. When I think of Captain Marvel, I think of the DC version. I think of the guy in the big red suit with a lightning bolt in his chest. Um, Matchstick's heading out. See you, Matchstick. Thanks for coming. Like I said, it was just a little random ramblings afternoon with Al. I think I'm going to keep that title when I'm getting on the afternoon. Afternoons with Al. I'll try to do it at least once a week. Um, speaking of during is there any movie like like matinee, like we did the matinee the other day? Is there any movies that you guys would like to watch? Any style, Halloween, not Halloween. Um, don't say Bubba Hotep. I cannot find it online yet. I'm still looking, but I have not been able to find it. And don't say Showgirls because we already know those are out in the wind. But if there are any kind of like random titles that you guys would like to watch that the professor would never want to watch, but you think I wouldn't be above watching on a live stream, uh, start throwing them out. We'll see what happens. Um, but yeah, if I am think I am honestly thinking about doing Showgirls to see what Stephen Cruz does because I've seen the movie. I don't think it's a bad movie. Well, it's a bad movie, but it's a fun bad movie, and it's got lots of things to recommend it. As I think any guy who's ever seen it will attest to. Um, I I've thought about doing, like I said, more live streaming, especially watching the movies. Scooby Doo Zombie Island. That could be interesting. But I can actually see the professor wanting to do that. But we'll see. Because we all know the disrespect I got for Dragon Slayer. God, Dragon Slayer is awesome. I don't care what the professor or anybody else says. Yeah, because I find there's a lot of movies I'd like to do, but they're just not available online. Uh, The Adventures of Gumby. God, not quite, not quite a Gumby guy. Um, I was wondering about like doing something like, I don't know. Like I said, I thought about like Gone with the Wind or Ben Hur, maybe like in the spring, Ten Commandments, something like that. Like the big epic films. God, where I'd love to do Darby O'Gill and the Little People if I could find a streaming copy of. I mean, not the streaming copy, but a MP4 version of that, or if I could ever get. He hates Gumby. Don't hate Gumby. I'm just not a Gumby guy. Uh, what's the horse name? Pokey. Although I do like Gumby as he was played by Eddie Murphy. That was funny. Uh, I'm Gumby, damn it. Sorry, I can't do impressions, as you all know. But we that's when Saturday Night Live was still fun most of the time. Although I did like their version of Oscar the Grouch, just called the Grouch. Last Jedi. I'm tempted. I'm very tempted to do Last Jedi because I have only seen it the one time, and I could see watching it with people in chat telling me, "You didn't hate that last part? Oh my god! Oh, I hate her." Especially like every time Rose Tico pops up, everybody just like I can just feel the hate coming from chat, and I haven't even watched it, and we're not even watching it right now. Last Jedi is actually a good rewatch idea. Um, I might have to do it by myself because I don't think anybody else wants to watch it again, but it's definitely a possibility. Oh my god, that'll be funny. The professor would troll the chat during my watching of that. He would just let me have it. Uh, but yeah, we'll see. That could be a fun idea. Um, but yeah, looks like kind of running out of steam here. Unless you guys have any questions you want to ask. Like I said, open book most of the time. I have a pretty big glossary. If you look up a term, you want to know about it. I will I will tell you the truth if it wouldn't get me, as long as it don't get me in trouble. Uh, Favorite horror movies Phenomena is on Prime Streaming. Stars Jennifer Connelly and Donald Pleasance. Huh? I haven't heard of that. Um, are Mara Jade and I on good terms again? As far as I know, we chat bounce, message back and forth a little bit. Not as often as we used to. One, I know she's very busy at school. Beyond that, I don't know. I respect her life and her schedule, and if she doesn't have the time, as much time to involved or like is always preparing for class, that's good for her because I know she's an excellent teacher. So, uh, but yeah, I mean, I am on good terms. She's on good terms with me. I'll say that. Uh, I don't have anything bad to say about Mara Jade at all. If anything, I have only wonderful things to say about Mara Jade. She's a great lady. Have I seen Shazam? No. And don't tell the professor this. I kind of do want to see it just so I know what's going on. Um, hey, Richard Mighty, how you doing? Uh, Richard Mighty in the house. Good to see you. But yeah, Shazam. I want to watch just because, not because I want to watch it, just because I'm kind of curious. Uh, and I don't know. Same thing with Aquaman, but I can wait. Like I'm not in any kind of rush or need to see either of them. If I never see them, well, that's fine. But if I ever do have a little open window and they're available to watch, I might watch. I don't know. What is it with redheads with the initial MJ? Mara Jane, Mary Jane Watson. I don't know, dude. You tell me. Uh, what would the world be like without redheads with the initials MJ? Be very, very dull, very pitiful place. You got to have a good redhead floating around. Richard Mighty, I'm good at seeing as I am with the guy who won't judge me for liking films. I'm good. Oh, I'm good seeing as I am with the guy who won't judge me for liking films. I don't judge anybody for liking a film. That's everybody's got an opinion. Well, Hamid's in the house. Wow, I was getting ready to sign off, and now everybody's starting to show up again. Um, how you doing, Mohammed? Daniel Heron, you messaged Professor Pudgy and invited him to Boston for Boston Pop's Christmas concert. He never said anything. He never said anything. Is he just treating me like Crazy Kitty? Hey, I don't know. I haven't heard about that. You passed your alcohol exam, Mohammed. Good. Uh, that's awesome. What's an alcohol exam? I don't know what an alcohol exam is. Uh, describe. Me and my bro want to watch Shazam. It looks like a fun movie. It looks like a fun movie. I just still have a hard time viewing um, the guy who played Chuck as the classic Captain Marvel Shazam guy. Just for some reason, I don't get it. It seems like weird casting to me. Um, Casey Scott, I'll judge, but I'm an evil jerk. That's pretty funny. Um, Crazy Kitty. Okay, you're talking to Daniel. Mohammed, it's actually called Smart Serve, and now I get to serve alcohol. Oh, good. So I guess it's like knowing when to ask for ID and stuff like that, or is it actually how to make drinks, like a bartending thing? Because that's one thing I always want. I wish I was a good drink maker, like mixed drinks and stuff like that. I know a few, and I'm sure I could make anything with a book. But I have a friend of mine who you could say some obscure drink, and he knows exactly what you're talking about. Do a rewatch of Race for Your Life, Charlie Brown. I don't know about that. Hey, Troy, how's it going? Drop by during lunch break. Hi, how you doing, Troy? Yeah, just a random pop in, kind of pop up to say hi to people, answer questions. Hi, Melissa. How you doing? Wow, people are starting to show up. That is weird. Uh, let's see. Just knowing how to get ID and knowing when to stop. There's another license you can order for mixing. Oh, okay. Yeah, how to know how to like warning signs when a person's had too much or might go crazy. Yeah, I can see that. Shazam was pretty good. Levi was actually good in it. Yeah, I mean, he might be. I just had a hard time seeing it. That's one of the things I'd have to see it to actually get a true vision of how he'd be in the role. You should go. You're making Superman angry. We're supposed to be reading today. Don't make Superman angry. Well, you know what? Superman should be here then. If you're here, Super Ben should be here. Tell him that. Tell him I said so. No, I'm just kidding. Well, if you got to go, take care. Thanks for dropping by, Crizzy. I appreciate it. So you can be like Mo from The Simpsons. DR says to Muhammad. Oh my God, that is pretty funny. At Flaming Muhammad's. It's a Flaming Muhammad. you got to do. You have to do your own Flaming Mo drink. That'd be pretty funny. I always wanted to try to like make my own drink, but every time you think about it, it seems like so much stuff's already in the right order that it gets. Whatever. You're on Twitter now. Will you follow me? Oh, I'll look for your name. Send me a message, and I'll follow you. Careful, Prof might snap your neck. Oh, snap my neck? Why? Why would the Prof snap my neck? Oh, for watching Captain Marvel. You know what? I have tons of steel and rods and screws in my neck. He couldn't snap my neck if he tried. Melissa, yeah, Big Al's Catwoman. Yeah, Catwoman. Yeah, it's garbage. Yeah, Batwoman is DOA. It's dead on arrival. Of course, when CW will, I don't think CW could actually pull the trigger on it until after Crisis, but I think they'll try moving it first. Mark my words. If Batwoman keeps having bad ratings, when Arrow goes by, they'll put it where Arrow was. You were making a Man of Steel joke. Oh, well, yeah. Troy, you just watched a vid the other day on how to make a flaming bow. Did they tell you what kind of cough syrup to use? House of X ruined X-Men by making them tyrannical dictators, a segregationist sex cult, and supervillains. Oh, jeez. Yeah, you know what? I don't know as much about comics as anybody else, but I know that ain't gonna work. I think the most out there a comic should ever be is Watchmen. I mean, and I loved Watchmen. I'm a big Watchmen fan. I like the movie too. I think Snyder did a great job with Watchmen because he basically used the freaking book as his um as the board thing. Motion. What do they call that thing? The motion. Oh God, what the hell is it? What do they call that board that they use? Storyboard. Okay, never mind. I got it. Uh, Big Alice Cyborg. Pretty much. One of these days, I'm gonna have to put up my X-ray as my avatar. You guys can see what my neck looks like. Uh, but surprisingly, my neck is really not the problem anymore. My neck came through fine. It took a while to get back from it, but it was the lower back that took me out, or the mid back, I should say. The C area, the T area, the thoracic area. Thoracic 3 through 11 had to be opened up, cleaned out. There was that much damage in my spine in there. It took so much thing. It just started frayed. It's like I always describe it like having a frayed electrical cord. But whatever might run, but it ain't getting full juice. I can move my legs, but I can't. There's no way I can hold myself up on them anymore. It was I really that was the worst coming to grasp when I really couldn't even stand to pivot and stuff anymore because my lower back just hurt so bad, and I just could not move my legs at all when I was standing because the spinal cord just got crapped out on it. I think I tweeted you to follow me. You did. I don't know. I'll have to look. I sometimes don't see all my tweets for some reason. So if you did, maybe just like I said, oh, that's right. You can't if you don't make you don't say message me. Yeah, just tweet me again. I'll look for it. Agent Boomer, sorry. Mixologist substituted something for the cough syrup. Drambuie, I think. Well, then it's not a true flaming Moe. To be a flaming Moe, it needs to have cough syrup because it breaks up the phlegm. A few years, Big Al will be a Terminator. Yeah, I actually was doing Terminator jokes for a while there. Cyberdyne Systems Model 101. Don't worry, Al. You're basically a Viking in my eyes. Some medical issues won't get in your way. I'm still a Viking in my eyes as well, too. I wish. Oh, boohoo! You couldn't pivot, but at least, unlike me, you didn't stop breathing after your rod. Well, there's a lot I haven't gone into, but yeah, I came close a few times. Especially when I had the medication screw up. That almost killed me. And if I hadn't had the neck fixed, I was dead in 6 months. Didn't know that till after the message, which was scary. The oldest son, Jake, has got a hair clips figure of Night Owl and Rorschach on his nightstand. Cool. I like Rorschach and Night Owl. They were cool. I love the Watchmen characters. I just think they were cool. I don't know about this Watchmen HBO show coming up. One, I don't get HBO. Two, it just doesn't look like Watchmen to me. I don't know. Just Watchmen is very, like I said, it's a perfect round little story. It's a perfect story. No need to go further. Sometimes it's better when people just stop it. Like Terminator, and he should have stopped at Terminator 2. Ended it, and they should have had that little end bit with the old Sarah Connor saying little baby Kyle Reese, and it would have been wonderful. Yeah, yeah. When a show starts going down the Trump derangement road, never a good thing, Melissa. Never a good thing. I'm not the biggest Trump fan in the world, but I don't hate the man. I'm just not a fan of politicians in general. Um, the big Almanator, the Cyborg Viking from the year 2525. Any of you ever seen a show called Cleopatra 2525? Talk about your hot chicks. It had you're okay, Richard Money, don't worry about it. Had a girl named Jennifer, was it Jennifer Sky, who was really cute at the time, but it also had the one who played Zoe on Firefly, Wash's wife. She was cool, and another one that was on there that was pretty hot. When you got your G port for your cancer, I always made jokes about how I was Iron Man because it looked like an arc reactor, and Professor X because I was bald in a wheelchair. So yeah, dude, sometimes you take it as it comes. You make the best of it. And it's I mean, like I said, sometimes you have to take what life throws you. And I know a lot of people can get down by it. Some people just can't take as much. Uh, I never knew how strong I was until I went through a lot. But I will say I had my dark down moments, and I still do. I I I do take things to help out because things do get very down for me sometimes, and so I need a little help. But we you just like I said, you get it. If you're in a wheelchair, make the most out of it. If you have cancer, I know it's hard to think, but like I said, if you have some kind of whatever, if you get bald because of a cancer treatment, go, wear it proudly. Do just make other people uncomfortable. Sometimes that works. It makes you feel better to make other people feel uncomfortable. I know it might be weird to say that. To quote Highlander, there can be only one. Yeah, he's part Irish. He's considered a Highlander. But, God, yeah, I like Highlander. Um, what's my favorite Phoebe Cates film? Uh, well, I think it's the same as pretty much anybody. Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and you don't even need to watch the whole film, but you can. I like Fast Times. But yeah, that's an epic scene. Um, Night Owl is more like Blue Beetle. Yeah, a little bit. Night Owl's Batman. I mean, yeah, he's a Batman analogous kind of guy. Um, but I could see either part. But I view Night Owl more as more like Batman. Um, but God, yeah, I need to read Watchmen again. It's been a few years. I can't get to it right now because I have a bookcase in the way of another bookcase because of the way things are kind of moved around now. And I got a few lines of some people to come over to help me move some stuff and whittle away some books. I've got a whole books full of X-File books. A box full of X-File books that I'm trying to like get rid of before I turn around and keep them again. I told myself, am I ever going to read these again? The answer was no. So I am giving them away. So if there's any X-File fans out there, you guys know it's a big like foot by foot by foot box full of X-File books. Actually, it might be bigger than that. Might be, but it's a heavy box. My mother can't pick it up, but it's chock solid of the season guides and all kinds of glossaries and all kinds of other stuff. Even some of the kids, the young adult novels. One of these days, maybe I'll do something. Maybe I'll do a giveaway here because I'll give them away. Just need if someone pays for shipping, I'll just give it away. Uh, but anyway, started watching a science fiction series in the early '70s called UFO Age of Memory. Yeah, I remember it. I remember that. God, this purple haired girl's hot. Yeah, I like those shows back in the early '70s. UFO, Space 1999. Um, there was a show called it was Project UFO. Some people remember it as Project Blue Book, but it was about UFO sightings. These guys would go around investigating different UFO sightings. That was really cool. Yeah, okay, Richard Mighty, you have an X Files buddy. Let me see if he's interested. Yeah, like I said, if I can get shipping, okay. But I've got a couple leads here, so give me a week or so to figure it out. You make the darkest jokes when you talk about your cancer. My sister got Bitmoji for me yesterday, and I joke when my cancer comes back, and sent a Bitmoji of death, giving a 5 to me. Oh God, that is dark, but yeah, I can see that. I can see that. That's a good amount of humor. Uh, Sometimes you just gotta, smile through it, be funny when you can, and hope. Yeah, I found that's what I refound my Catholic faith. I don't want to get all religious here, but when I was the most down, I found the most comfort back in my religion, which I had really gotten away from for years. I considered myself a good man and a Catholic who just did not go to church. And I started going to church again after my problems, and I never felt so at peace as I did then. And now I can't even get to church, which is a sad thing. But my priest comes by, and church people come by here to visit. Still get communion. I got communion. I went to confession last week, and I had one of the church group people came by yesterday to sit and chat and give me communion. It was real nice. Yeah, killing off Alfred is a big mistake. Um, Curious if I like Sliders. Sliders was an excellent show, but then I got sick of it. It just something happened, and I just started not being interested anymore. I think when they started bringing in aliens, I kind of got away from it. I liked it when they just visited alternate Earths. The what ifs. That I think is when Sliders was best. When you mess with the formula of a hit show, you ruin it. Uh, no matter if it's a scripted show or a non or a like a or like something like there was a show I used to like, Trading Spaces, and I know it's back, but if it would have never left if they hadn't changed up the format. People, they are so stupid changing stuff around. Yeah, you get a hit show, you keep it the same. Slider, if you don't have aliens in a show, don't bring them in halfway through, because then your concept just goes all screwy, and suddenly you become something else, and that's not what the people liked. But yeah, I really like Sliders. That was a good show. That was a good show. Um, which my family's annoyed that I want them to make my coffin spring loaded. Did you hear about the guy who had a friend of his put a recorder in his coffin, and he recorded this thing before he passed away? Hey, what? Open up, and filmed him and recorded himself this knocking sound, and he played it at the gravesite as they put him in the ground. Oh my god! I know the guy's dead in heaven, but high five, my friend. That is awesome. I want I want to hire some of my lady friends from Nevada and have them have like about 5 of them show up at my funeral and throw themselves on my coffin. Oh, he was the greatest of all time. Oh, I never knew what love was till I knew him. Oh my god, that kind of thing. I think it would be awfully funny. Either that, or have someone that none of my friends or family know run in with a sonic screwdriver, and have a Doctor Who TARDIS sound start to play, and have him wearing some like oversized clothes, going, "Okay, I know this might be hard to believe, but." I always like that idea. I read that somewhere once, and I thought that was awesome. Um, if you know what, if you're gonna go in style. That's what I gotta say. But I do like the spring-loaded idea, like a Jack in the Box. Put a little springboard under you too. Boing. Warren Ellis comic takes place before Alfred's death, and he turned him into a drunk. And characteristically, he tells Batman to kill all the villains. Yeah. See, that's just wrong. Um, yeah, like I said with shows, don't mess with what works, and that kind of stuff, doing that kind of stuff, or ain't gonna work. He sent me a DM of the emoji. Oh, jeez. Oh, I can't wait to see that. That'll be fun. But do I mind if your story's 20 pages? Um, no, I don't mind. Don't expect me to get back with you right away. Even the professor, sometimes it takes me a few days, several days, as a matter of fact. Um, like I said, don't look for it overnight or even the next day, because sometimes it all depends on how I'm running, and I've got to be in the right mindset to get it right. So, but yeah, 20s pushing it. But I'll do what I can, and like I said, I'll catch what I can. I think the professor overhypes my abilities. I I catch what I can catch, and sometimes I have caught little things that I'm shocked he didn't catch. God, when I was reading his comic book thing, I was catching all kinds of stuff, and I'm like, dude, you did not see that. And Pennyworth show, seeing as I was hoping for a spy thriller with JSA cameos. Yeah, I don't have epics, so I don't know anything about it. You're at 14 pages. So, Batman's not an atheist. You're right. Um, yeah, but yeah, Muhammad, what just is this like a story, or is it a developmental exercise? Is it actually part of the story that you're writing? Just curious. And you want anything I can give you, right? Any kind of, not only if I'm catching, um, you know, corrections and stuff, but also ideas on story, plot, and character stuff. Just want to make sure. Copy of College of the Dead just arrived in mail. Cool. Night Owl's a fusion of Blue Beetle and Batman. Yeah, I can see that. An exercise, I wrote a note on the top. Oh, okay. Lex Luthor is not. Yeah, Lex Luthor is. I like the good old days when Lex Luthor was just the crazy scientist trying to kill Superman. Any feedback? The story is a prequel story. Yeah, I've really got to write some of my stuff down one day. I've got ideas for stories, and it sometimes it pisses the professor off a little bit that I don't write my story ideas. I'll have these great dreams of setups that I still remember most of it. And I'll tell us like, oh yeah, I was having a dream of that, other. And it's just he's shocked at how complete of a story it is. And I'm like, yeah. And I do that regularly. And it upsets him because he doesn't get those little flashes like I do. I'm lucky to have a very active dream brain or something, dream mind, uh, different dreamscapes and concepts. And it's always raining in my dreams. I don't know what that's about. It's either raining, snowing, windy. There's or it's nighttime. I am never having a dream where it's a sunny day, which is always weird. It's foggy. There's been a flood. There's always something going on. Richard Mighty, what do you think of the current fan theory that Thor from the Marvel comics is a Catholic? Um, well, then he converted. uh, I don't know. I don't really read it. I don't have any context as why he would be. As far as he should know, he's the god. Spider-Man's not an atheist either. That's Dan Slott's bull BS. Yep. Ruined Doc Ock. I hate him being a hero at Spider-Man. I miss the fat Doc Ock. Yeah, Doc Ock's not meant to be a hero. He's meant to be a bad guy, period. Thor, Catholic, what? Now? Why? Does not compute. Casey Scott. Every character is an atheist. Even literally, the character like Lucifer, Constantine, and Spectre. Your dreamscape seems to have dreary weather conditions. Yeah, they do. There, it's and I was laughing about it for a while because literally in all my dreams, like I said, it could be dark. At best, it was dark, or it is raining, very foggy. It is snowing, like a driving snowstorm, an ice storm. There's been a flood, or there is a flood. or there's a hurricane coming and the weather's terrible still yet anyway, but a worse storm is coming. Or tornadoes. That's always a fun one. I was trapped in one dream. I was trapped in my uh, post office with tornadoes in the area, and I couldn't get out. And I kept looking up into the tornadoes as they were going by. It was really weird. No character can be an atheist. Some character can be an atheist, I think. Thor knelt at a crucifix in one panel, but could have been just a drawing area. An error. Could have been a sign of respect. Never know. Doesn't mean he's Catholic. But yeah, I'm gonna have to get off here because just got a few things I need to catch up on. Going to be finishing off Jekyll and Hyde. For those of you who are in the book group, I think he's going to go back on Monday night to do it, but keep track of his the professor's Twitter. He'll let you know. He's good at that. Like I said, Fan-Man Friday Night Frights tonight, Horror of Dracula. Tomorrow at 11 o'clock on Professor Geek will be Hellraiser with special guest commentator Troy Pacelli. Looking forward to that. I'll be on again next week sometime, whenever. I'm going to try to do another video soon. Not quite sure what, but I have an idea. You totally get what you're saying. Actually having a story. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, set in the dreams, yeah. Yeah, dark and stormy night. No, God. a lot of more dark and stormy nights. But yeah, I'm not but yeah, I'm gonna finish Jekyll and Hyde and get ready for Horror of Dracula tonight. Gonna have a lot of fun with that. Looking forward to it. And for those of you who are in the book club and are curious about the next book, go to Professor Geek's site. He has a poll right now, if you haven't seen it, to vote on the next book. And it's going to be either Peter Straub's Ghost Story, Dashiell Hammett's Maltese Falcon, or an option for What the Hell Are You Thinking, Professor? Both of these are bad. So whichever you vote for, that's up to you. But we'll see what we'll be reading next. I don't know what we're going to be reading next until he makes up his mind about it. So I want to thank all of you guys for being here. I appreciate it. Like I said, out in the afternoon, I'm going to make it a regular thing. I kind of like it when I can get the time. Oh, I have 103 subscribers. That's awesome. But I had like 7 or 8 of you floating around today. If you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button before you leave. I would really appreciate it. Because I don't know how many. Has anybody even hit the like button? I see. Well, let me refresh and see what I get here. Yes, please hit the like button. Please hit the like button if you haven't already. Stroke my ego a little bit. It asks for so little. But yeah, I like these times getting this. 8 likes, nice. Love you guys, love you all. But until tonight on the Fan Man's channel, like I said, it should be around 8. Just keep an eye out, an ear out, or a tweet out, or whatever you look at to find out about. I'll be floating around. I should show up then, unless something terrible. Well, not good. I did table here, but I'll see you guys later. Have a great day and take care. And if you haven't seen my Halloween video about Basil Gogos' art, please check it out. It's pretty cool. So have a great day, and I hope you all are enjoying your Halloween season. And it always takes me a long time to sign off, especially when I can't get to my sign off button. Okay, guys, have a great day. Bye.